Hey everyone, and welcome back to Storytime with JRP. We're continuing our book, Laurence Grey, Secret of the Lost Roanoke Colony, and we're currently in Chapter 21. So if you're just joining us, head back to Chapter 1 so you don't miss any crucial details. So, a brief recap of the previous chapter. Laurence Grey and his son Jason were typing away at their computer terminals to try to access the alien USB drive. It took many hours, but on Grey's 3 millionth try, he finally got access to it, and we're about to find out what is on that website right now in Chapter 21 titled The Alien Website. Entering the site, Grey and Jason discovered a vast amount of alien data pertaining to their involvement with the Roanoke Colony. It was very detailed, down to who talked to who, at what time, day, year, and where. As expected, Sheldon and Jack could not see what was on the site because they were not Franklin's descendants. Grey copied and pasted all the information to a USB drive for the government to see. If it was on the drive, not on the website, the non-relatives would be able to see it. Grey skipped the detailed history of Roanoke, leaving it for the experts, and went straight to the clue the aliens left. "Finally, after all these years," began General Sheldon. Oh, wait, that's not his voice. "Finally, after all these years," began General Sheldon in awe, "we can finally have a place to begin searching for the lost colonists." Grey began to read the clue. "Begin your search 1,250 cubits west of the location where your nation's capital would soon be established." "Well, that's easy," proclaimed Jason. The general was stumped. "Well, I know our nation's capital. Everyone does. But I don't recognize the measurement of cubits." Jason smiled a bit condescendingly. "A cubit," he began, "is an ancient Hebrew measurement that is an arm length long, so about 2 feet. So 1,250 cubits is about 2,500 feet. That's less than a mile. More like half a mile." The general, although he was being bested by a 14-year-old, was beaming. "Okay, everyone," he proclaimed, "let's get in my private chopper and head to Washington, D.C. He marched towards the exit door, Jason and Jack following. Grey was hesitant. Sheldon turned around and said, "March, Grey. You signed up for this, not me." "But I actually didn't sign up," began Grey, only to be interrupted by the general, who bellowed, "Forward, troops! Moving on!" Grey reluctantly followed. The chopper took them to a plane, and the plane took them to D.C. They all left the airport and went to the Capitol. They measured how far 2,500 feet was from the Capitol. They arrived at a random intersection. Jason smacked his head in disgust. "How could we be so stupid?" he said. "Our nation's first capital was in Philadelphia, not D.C. All right, things are really moving along now. The alien website is starting to tell them exactly where the colonists could be hidden. They thought it was in Washington, D.C., but it turns out it's in Philadelphia. It looks like they're getting closer, but what will happen next in Chapter 22? We'll have to find out tomorrow, guys. All right, I'll see you then.